Like first person, second person, third person, right? God in the first person, God in the second person, God in the third person, right? So in the world today, there's a split between those three. You go to university would be which one? University would be which person? Which face of God would be? Third person. We talk about it. And the university will tell you, this is where you get truth. Go to a synagogue, church, forget it. Because what's that about? Synagogues and church are about what? They're about second person. They're about community and devotion. But the synagogues will tell you, no, here's what's really happening. In churches, it's really happening here. The academy, that's just dry. But if you go to an ashram, right, they'll tell you that the academy and the church are kind of both off, because those are kind of, but it's really happening here in the ashram because I am. We're in the first person. We're sitting, we're in zazen, we're in shikantaza. But of course, all three are completely, totally, partially right. Right? Each one has one face of God. You follow? It's kind of gorgeous. It's kind of gorgeous little map. Just that map by itself is kind of stunning. They have one face of God, and each one defaces the rest of the divine. Each one says, this is the way. This is the path. It happens in the academy. No, it happens in the church. No, it happens in the ashram. But of course, each one of them is expressing, right, a different face of the divine. And only when all three come together, you actually begin to have a whole experience of the fullness of what it means to be what Dante called a baby-faced divine, right? A full human being who's able to encompass and incorporate the fullness of truth. And so the modality for everything we're going to do is we're going to move back and forth between first person, big mind is first person, between second person, which is community, chanting, devotion, second person, right? And you see the difference between the two, right? When you read Hafez and Rumi, right, you all know about Hafez and Rumi, right? Second person radical devotion, right? It's an I now, right? It's this deep devotional thing, right? It's not, the kind of rigorous Zen sitting. It's something else. But then, of course, when you read Hafez and Rumi, you're not going to get a great theory about how the human mind works. You get a flash of insight. But if you want to really understand a broader picture, you need to go to the third person and have a deep sense of what the Dharma is, right? So those three faces we call, but in Buddhism, for example, we call them Buddha, Sangha, and Dharma. Buddha is I am. Sangha is our sacred community. Dharma is the way it is. Right? It's the way it's the Tao. It's the way it is. Buddha, Sangha, and Dharma. In Hebrewism, they call it God, Torah, and Israel. Right? In Greek thought, they call it the good, the true, and the beautiful. I, we, it. There's all different ways of talking about this Holy Trinity. Right? The Holy Trinity is, of course, right, Buddha,
Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.